Well, good morning, and thanks very much for joining me. Our guest this morning, the mayor of Boston, Marty Walsh. Mayor, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me this morning, John.
So, Mayor, we're going to talk a little bit about the budgetary impact of the pandemic and some other pressing city issues. But first, I've got to ask you about a curious incident that occurred this past week. The Attorney General of the United States, fresh off his highly controversial ordering of a paramilitary attack, basically on peaceful protesters outside the White House, showed up in Boston for a photo op with Commissioner Gross. Did you know the Attorney General was coming to town?
I knew the Attorney General had reached out to the Commissioner for this meeting. The Commissioner and myself discussed it. I advised against it because of what the Attorney General and the Trump administration stand for. However, the Police Commissioner is welcome to meet with whoever he chooses at the end of the day. And I think he explained the agenda that the Police Commissioner gave yesterday at that meeting. I certainly, in Boston, as far as Barr goes, we believe in justice and equality here and protecting everyone in our community. So that's what I do every day. I work every day to combat injustice and systemic racism. And Attorney General Barr and the Trump administration do not share Boston's values, or quite honestly, don't share my values.
So you would not have met with him?
No, I would. He has a general lack of respect for people and their rights, and they're a danger to our country, quite honestly. And his actions, I don't appreciate.
Well, Commissioner Gross issued a statement saying, in part, I would rather take the opportunity to educate someone on what we're doing in Boston, on how we value and work with the community, and on how we support our officers in this work, than close a door, end quote. Obviously, I guess you disagree.
No, the Commissioner had a very tough conversation with him and put it right out there. And I think we all heard it yesterday, the other day, I should say, not yesterday. The Commissioner talked about the issues he brought up. Those issues, I'm sure that Barr wasn't really pleased about having conversation about them, but the Commissioner was very direct with him. And I think that, is it going to matter? I don't know. I know that Congresswoman Presley also sent a very strong statement out saying, criticizing Barr, saying that next time he comes to the district, he should meet with her, and out of respect, that's what should have happened. That should happen.
Well, whatever conversation took place, the end result was something that the Trump administration seems to place great political stock in right now. They're looking for opportunities to be photographed and shown reaching out to the Black community, in this case, the Black commissioner of a major city. Did Commissioner Gross get used for a political photo op?
I think that's a question I'll have to ask the Commissioner, but I know that the intention was not to have a picture and was to have a straightforward conversation. And the fact that the Attorney General took that upon his office, took it upon himself to put that out there, also discredits not only his office, but the intention of being here in Boston, allegedly.
Well, Mayor, we're going to move on to other topics, but just to close this out here, a couple of city councilors issued statements about this, maybe more than a couple, but Andrea Campbell called the meeting disappointing and disturbing. Michelle Wu called it a disgrace to our city. Now, these two women have been talked about as possible challengers to you for re-election next year. Is that what's going on here? An early start to the mayoral race?
No, I think
there's some talk about Commissioner Gross running against you too. Is that happening?
I haven't heard that. Listen, the election for mayor is going to be next April. It starts next April. Nomination papers come out. Anyone who wants to be mayor has an opportunity at that point to pull papers, get the required signatures, and then have a campaign moving forward. We have important issues right now in front of us. Racism and the incidents that happened in Minneapolis are front and center to a lot of people. Lots of protests, lots of emotion. We have a lot of work to do, and in the midst of all of what's been happening in the country in the last 3 weeks, we still have a major pandemic that we have to be very careful of. We're seeing spikes in Arizona. We're seeing spikes in Florida. Actually, pretty much all of the South and West Coast. So we have work to do right now. So I think anyone thinking of running for mayor down the road, let's focus on the job in front of us at this point.
Well, let's talk about the pandemic and how it's affecting our city after this break. But just to wrap it up, you are definitely running for re-election, right?
I think I've kind of alluded to that a lot in the last couple. I think I alluded to you last time I was on the radio with you, on the TV with you, I should say.
And nothing that's happened has changed.
I haven't done a formal request, but listen, This job that I have is a very important job. It's literally changed in the last 4 months, and I enjoy serving on behalf of the people of Boston.
All right.